The forest was quiet in the way only deep wilderness ever was. No engines, no voices, no distant hum of civilization, just wind, leaves, and fire. Alan adjusted the log in the fire pit, watching sparks drift upward into the dark canopy above. Luna sat cross-legged on the opposite side, her jacket pulled tight around her shoulders, eyes reflecting the flames like embers. They had come out here to disappear for a night. No phones, no work, no expectations. Just the two of them. Luna leaned back on her hands and smiled. "I forget how quiet the world can be," she said softly. Alan nodded. "Feels like it's holding its breath." The words hadn't even finished settling when the sky tore itself open. A violent streak of white and blue fire ripped across the stars, screaming as it burned through the atmosphere. It didn't fade like a meteor. It fought the sky, wobbling, breaking apart, lighting the forest like artificial daylight. Then came the sound. A thunderous impact deep in the woods. The ground shook hard enough to knock Luna sideways. Birds exploded into the air. The fire flared wildly. They stared at each other, breathless. "That wasn't a plane," Luna whispered. Alan was already standing. They moved carefully through the trees, following the smoke, the heat, the unnatural glow bleeding between trunks. Every instinct told Alan to turn back. But curiosity and something deeper pulled him forward. The crash site looked wrong. Metal twisted like flesh. Symbols burned faintly along the hull, pulsing and dimming as if the wreckage itself were alive. Trees lay flattened in a wide circle, scorched black at the edges. And then, something moved. She crawled out of the wreckage on shaking arms, collapsing to one knee before forcing herself upright. Blood streaked down her temple. Her breathing was sharp, uneven. Her eyes locked onto them instantly. Fear turned into rage in a heartbeat. She lunged. Alan barely raised his arms before she struck. The impact rattled his bones. She moved too fast, far too fast for someone injured. He staggered backward, heart hammering. "Alan!" Luna shouted. Before he could react again, Luna stepped between them, hands raised, voice steady. "We're not here to hurt you." The woman froze. Her entire body tensed, coiled like a wild animal deciding whether to strike or flee. Her eyes flicked from Luna's empty hands to Alan's defensive stance, then back again. Her voice came out harsh and unfamiliar. "Stay back." Luna swallowed her fear and took a single step closer. "You're hurt," she said gently. "You need help." For the first time, something cracked behind the woman's eyes. Confusion. She swayed and collapsed. When Claire woke, she expected restraints. Pain, interrogation, punishment. Instead, she smelled food. Warm, simple, real. She snapped upright, hand flying to where her weapon should have been, only to find soft sheets beneath her fingers. A ceiling, wooden beams, a single dim lamp. She was inside a house. Her breath hitched. Panic surged. The door creaked open and a human female stepped inside carrying a bowl. "You're awake," the woman said softly. Claire pressed herself back against the wall, eyes sharp. "Where am I?" "My name's Luna," the woman replied. "You're in our home. You collapsed in the woods." "Why?" Claire demanded. Luna paused, then smiled faintly. "Because leaving you there didn't feel right." That answer made no sense. Nothing in Claire's life had ever been done simply because it felt right. The first days were tense. Claire barely slept. She memorized exits, listened for footsteps, cataloged every sound. She expected betrayal at any moment. It never came. Alan kept his distance, careful not to startle her. He fixed the broken door she'd damaged during her panic without complaint. Luna stayed close. She brought food, clean clothes, gentle conversation that didn't demand answers. Claire watched them constantly. The way they moved around each other. The way they touched casually. Fingers brushing, shoulders leaning. The way they argued softly and apologized without fear. She didn't understand it. Where she came from, affection was strategic. Touch was deliberate. Love was assigned. Here, it was free. That frightened her more than the crash. One night, thunder shook the house. Claire jolted awake, breath ragged, memories clawing their way out of her chest, the roar of engines, the cold voice of her father, the promise she had refused. She didn't realize she was screaming until arms wrapped around her. Luna. It's okay, she whispered, holding Claire without hesitation. Claire froze, then slowly relaxed. Alan stood in the doorway, uncertain. He watched the two women breathe together in the dim light and felt something shift inside him. Something quiet and dangerous. This wasn't just a guest. This was someone who mattered. The truth came days later. Claire told them everything, not all at once, but enough. She wasn't human. She was running, and someone would come looking for her. Alan didn't ask questions he wasn't ready to hear answers to. He asked one thing instead. Are you safe here? Claire looked between them, something trembling in her chest. For now, she said. Luna took her hand. Then you can stay. And for the first time since the stars had rejected her, Claire believed she might belong somewhere. Claire learned quickly that silence in this house meant safety. In the days after the truth came out, nothing changed. And that unsettled her more than fear ever had. Alan still woke early, moving quietly through the kitchen as the sun crept through the windows. Luna still hummed softly as she made coffee, barefoot, hair loose around her shoulders, and Claire stayed. At first, she expected questions, demands, rules. They never came. Instead, Alan handed her a spare jacket one morning and said, It's colder today. Luna asked, Do you like eggs? No one asked where she was from again. No one asked how long she could stay. That unspoken permission did something dangerous inside Claire. It made her hope. She began helping around the house out of instinct, not obligation. She repaired small things without tools, stopping herself when she remembered humans found that unsettling. Luna noticed anyway. You're good with your hands, she said, watching Claire fix a broken cabinet hinge. Claire shrugged. I was trained. For what? Claire hesitated. To be useful. Luna frowned slightly, then smiled in a way that felt different. You don't need to earn being here. That sentence stayed with Claire long after Luna walked away. Alan watched everything. The way Claire positioned herself between Luna and strangers when they went into town. The way she scanned rooftops, exits, reflections. The way her posture softened only inside the house. One evening, as they washed dishes together, Alan spoke quietly. You don't have to guard us? Claire didn't look up. I want to. That was the first time Alan realized her protectiveness wasn't fear. It was attachment. The first conflict came unexpectedly. A simple thing. Luna came home laughing one afternoon, telling a story about a customer at the cafe who had flirted with her relentlessly. Alan laughed along. Claire didn't. Something sharp twisted in her chest, unfamiliar and hot. She stood abruptly and left the room. Luna noticed instantly. She found Claire outside, staring into the trees. Did I upset you? Claire clenched her jaw. No. Luna stepped closer. You're lying. Claire turned, eyes bright with something she didn't yet have a word for. I don't like when others look at you. Luna blinked. Then, gently. Why? Claire froze. The answer rose in her throat, raw and terrifying. Because I don't want to lose you. Silence stretched between them. Luna's expression softened, not with rejection, but recognition. She reached out, slow enough for Claire to pull away. Claire didn't. That night, everything shifted. They sat together on the couch, closer than usual. Alan's arm brushed Claire's knee. Luna leaned back against his chest. No one moved away. No one spoke. Claire's senses screamed at her. Every breath, every heartbeat, every accidental touch echoing too loudly. This wasn't strategy. This wasn't survival. This was choice. She whispered, barely audible. Is this allowed? Alan exhaled slowly. We don't want to hurt anyone. Luna turned to face Claire fully. We talk. We're honest. And we stop if it's too much. Claire searched their faces, expecting fear. She found trust. Her voice shook. I don't know how to love the way humans do. Luna smiled sadly. Neither do we. Not like this. Their first kiss wasn't dramatic. It was hesitant, brief, and world-ending. Claire's breath hitched as Luna pulled back, watching her carefully. Alan didn't touch, only waited. Claire leaned forward again, this time without fear. That was how it began.